Something you need? Yeah? Deep breaths. Let the incense circulate in your lungs for a moment before exhaling. Let it free your mind. Cast aside your cares and troubles, and let your thoughts wander freely upon the open canvas of your imagination. Hello again. We should keep moving. Our target's made his move. He's asking for potential recruits to meet him in a secluded cavern north of the island. Good chance that's where he runs his operation. He'll want to interview us, get a feel for why we're applying and if we can be trusted. While one of us keeps him talking, the other will have a pristine opportunity at silencing him from afar. I have my preference, of course. But as the guest of this operation, you're welcome to choose for yourself. I scouted the area earlier. There's a vantage point clinging to the outer wall of the cave, overlooking a gap in the roof of his office. One of us should be able to send an arrow through it, but we'll need the other to keep him occupied. What can I say? I'm good at what I do. Never, well, come to think of it, they were very I'd rather take the shot. All right. Don't keep me talking for too long. I'm not exactly a stellar Oh yeah, there was one more thing. Apparently, this madman sold his soul to Mehrunes day. The hideout might be You can thank the crew member that set this contract up for that. She just made the information available. Consider that an unintentional hint. I won't disclose anything else. That's between you and the client. If she wants to tell you, she will. Sure, the sooner the better. I don't want the role of distributor handed out before we get there.
First.
Don't miss. I guess that'd be me.
Leave your weapons at the door.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Take a seat. Make sure you're secure, will you?
Am I that threatening?
Disregard your last command, servant. I think we're quite safe with this one. Now then, why should I choose you over the many others who have gathered at my doorstep today?
Why even consider the others? I'm the best there is.
Rather blunt, but I like the confidence. Very well, I'll send an underling to retrieve you if you are outperformed. Until then, I expect you to refrain from speaking of what you've seen today. The consequences for crossing me are undesirable. We're done here.
Something you need? Huh?
Something on your mind?
What do you want? It's a shame we live two completely different lives. We'd make a pretty good team. Yeah, maybe. I don't think you'd be... But I'll bite. If you could be anything at all, aside from the Dovahkiin, what would you be? Okay, but Sithis, it's not meant to be taken literally. I'll add a condition. Anything within reason. It's a lot less glamorous than... Me? I guess there is. Just promise me you won't laugh. Well, gods, this is going to sound corny. I've always wanted to be a dressmaker. Something about growing up in the Imperial City, I guess. From lust... A beggar's girl should have known better. And yet... If there's one... If I had the means and skill to craft... It's a child's dream. I digress. Good work today, Dova. After I talk with our client, I'll hand over your... Dovahkiin. What did you think of it? I know what you mean. Time passes faster when your mind is free to wander. Reminds me of my first time. Sithis, that feels like ages ago. A member of my sanctuary introduced me to it a few years after I joined. Varys LeChance. Damn that man to the void. Nothing. He was perfect. That was the problem. I was so enticed by everything about him that I fell in Ugh, I can't even say it. Take my advice, Dova. This love thing everyone keeps chasing, it's self-sabotage, nothing more. If anyone tells you differently, they're trying to sell you something. Nothing right now.
About time, so I'm all... Yeah? Speak. What do you need?
Something... We should focus on the task at hand. That everything?
Dovahkiin. So what they're standing right there? You can still focus. Deep breaths. Lose agency of your thoughts. Come on, Jade, you've done this a million times. I am? Motherfetcher! I messed up, Dova. I tried crafting the incense from memory, and well, something went awry. I shouldn't have a care in the world right now, but I just feel anxious, and my mind is stuck on something. The more I try to ignore it, the harder it gets to shut out. Yeah. Maybe. On a completely unrelated note, would you mind leaving me alone for a bit? You wish. Good one, Jade. That ought to throw them off. What do you want? Nothing right now. Not really. I was an anxious wreck long after you left. I'd fancy blaming my ineptitude at crafting the sticks, only... Truth is, the time before was just as bad. I'm not surprised. You were pretty out of it. I'm not sure what it could be. My heart... I mean, about you. Because it was like your first time and all. I was concerned about how it would affect you. Oh, you figured that out? Guilty as charged, I suppose. Usually I'm better at concealing these things. I don't know what it is about you that makes me act like a bumbling maiden. But I can assure you there are no feelings involved. Are you asking me out? All right. But this is just to kill time. Got it? Good. Now, where do you plan on taking me? I suppose if we're going to do this, we might as well do it right. I'll get myself ready and meet you there. You might consider doing the same.
Greetings, Master. Keep alive, Master.
Well,
Need
I'll
something?
be. You spared no expense on the attire. It looks good on you. This is off to a promising start. We came here to stargaze in the daylight? I'm far from an astronomer, but I don't think that's possible. Oh, I mean, it doesn't mend the inconvenience of waiting in the sun for hours, but for what it's worth, that was an adorable recovery. Wow. Looking into the vast emptiness of the night sky really makes you feel insignificant in comparison. It's almost surreal, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe nothing we do matters at all. That's a comforting thought. Been wondering something. How does the legendary Dragonborn get the interest of a girl they like? I mean, what's your go-to line? I can hardly wait. That was absolutely terrible. I love it. Have anything else? Maybe I underestimated you. That was truly awful, but the good kind of awful. Well, usually it's something like, "The Brotherhood sends their regards," and then I slit their throat. We all show affection in different ways. Okay, but seriously, none of mine are any good. You make a convincing point. Well, I used to say something along the lines of, "Are you a priest? 'Cause I need someone to smuggle me into the All Saints Inn." Pathetic, I know. But there was a truth behind it. I'm still banned from that establishment. Yeah, it's a tavern in my hometown. Which you remember, right? Not even close. Do you listen to anything I say? Oh? Oh, look. Something I'll never use. Nice. Listen, I should get going. Right now. Did you say something? How do you want your share of the reward? Not a problem. Half the profit, as promised. Thanks for the help back there. You'd make a fine addition to the family. If you ever grow tired of being the world's savior, we'd be lucky to have you. Still on about that? Look, I get why you care for them. You have a good dynamic going. If you end up despising me for what I have to do, well, I won't blame you. That's not up to me. You know I can't. A grieving widow, last name of Servius. The crew member I have to silence set events in motion that killed her husband. The Black Sacrament was performed as a means of justice. This companion of yours isn't innocent, for what it's worth. The terms of the contract prohibit me. It's a part of my... I've said it... I can't pick and choose. A father of 3 who... I went undercover for months as a... Their hobbies... And the time came, I made the kill. That would have been the end of it if his daughter hadn't been standing across the hall. The look in her eyes when I slit his throat. It wasn't anger. It wasn't fear. I can't describe it, but I've witnessed that expression. The Guild is who I am, who I've always been. I was a malnourished beggar's girl before the Brotherhood found me. I owe them everything. And if I fail this contract, I'll lose it all. The farmer was just the first. My sanctuary's taken notice. If I let it happen again, I've been instructed not to return. Look, this was a mistake. Forget I said anything.